Good morning, dear students. Welcome to Concept Class. Today, we begin one of the most transformative chapters in India's freedom struggle, the mass phase of the national movement. Between 1915 and 1947, Mahatma Gandhi led India from a series of regional protests to a united national movement. For the first time, millions of ordinary Indians, peasants, women, students, and workers became active participants in the freedom struggle. This period marks the rise of Gandhian leadership and the use of non-violent mass movements as political weapons. When Gandhi returned from South Africa in 1915, he was already known for his campaigns against racial injustice there. He brought with him a new philosophy, Satyagraha, meaning holding firmly to truth. He believed that the power of truth and moral courage was stronger than violence. His lifestyle, simple clothes, spinning khadi, and service to the poor made him relatable to ordinary Indians. Under his leadership, the national movement became truly mass-based and deeply ethical. Before leading national movements, Gandhi tested his methods in local struggles. In Champaran, he supported indigo farmers oppressed by European planters. In Kheda, he helped peasants who couldn't pay taxes due to crop failure. In Ahmedabad, he mediated a strike for fair wages for mill workers. These successes earned him the trust of the Indian masses and demonstrated the power of non-violent protest. The non-cooperation movement was born out of deep anger and moral outrage. Three major events triggered it. First, the Rowlatt Act, allowing the British to arrest anyone without trial, was seen as betrayal after World War I. Second, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, where General Dyer ordered open fire on peaceful Indians, killing hundreds. Third, the Khilafat movement, where Indian Muslims protested the British dismantling of the Ottoman Caliphate. Gandhi united these grievances into one national movement, a shining example of Hindu-Muslim unity. The Khilafat movement was not just a religious issue, it was political solidarity. Muslim leaders like Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali wanted to protect the dignity of the Ottoman Caliph. Gandhi saw this as a chance to unite Indians across religion. For a common cause, he declared that Hindus and Muslims must fight together against British injustice. This alliance gave tremendous strength to the non-cooperation movement. April 13th, 1919, a date forever scarred in India's memory. Thousands had gathered peacefully in Jallianwala Bagh, Amritsar. Without warning, General Dyer ordered his soldiers to fire into the trapped crowd. Men, women, and children were shot mercilessly. This act of brutality shocked the entire nation. Gandhi called it a national humiliation. It convinced him that peaceful cooperation with the British was no longer possible. Gandhi called upon Indians to withdraw their cooperation from British institutions. He urged students to leave government schools, lawyers to give up their practices, and officials to resign from posts. Foreign cloth was boycotted, and khadi became the symbol of patriotism. People established their own schools, local panchayats, and national institutions. It was peaceful, but powerful, a true act of civil resistance. However, in February 1922, a tragic incident changed everything. In Chauri Chaura, Uttar Pradesh, angry protesters clashed with police and set a police station on fire, killing several policemen. Gandhi was deeply saddened. He said, "Non-violence is the basis of our movement. Violence is its betrayal." So even though the movement was spreading rapidly, he suspended it immediately. This showed Gandhi's moral courage and strict adherence to ahimsa. Even though it was suspended, the non-cooperation movement transformed India. For the first time, millions of peasants, women, and workers participated in politics. Hindus and Muslims stood side by side. The Congress became a true national organization. And most importantly, the idea of non-violent resistance as a political weapon had proved its power. Now, Now, let's move to the next great movement, the civil disobedience movement. It was born out of frustration with continued British arrogance. The Simon Commission, sent in 1927 to discuss reforms, had no Indian members. Indians everywhere protested with the slogan, "Simon, go back." Then, at the Lahore session of Congress in 1929, Jawaharlal Nehru declared Purna Swaraj, complete independence, as the ultimate goal. Gandhi decided that the time had come to disobey unjust laws openly but peacefully. In March 1930, Gandhi chose a simple but symbolic act, breaking the salt law. He walked 240 miles from his ashram in Sabarmati to Dandi on the Gujarat coast. Thousands joined him along the way. On April 6th, he picked up a handful of salt from the sea, defying British monopoly on salt. This act electrified the nation. Salt, a daily necessity, became the symbol of India's right to freedom. The civil disobedience movement went beyond salt. People stopped paying land revenue and taxes. Foreign cloth was burned, liquor shops were picketed, and charkas spun across the land. Women participated in large numbers, breaking salt laws, attending meetings, and even going to jail. This movement truly made freedom a people's cause. The British reacted harshly. Over 90,000 people were jailed, but repression couldn't kill the movement. In 1931, Gandhi and Viceroy Lord Irwin signed an agreement known as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. According to this pact, political prisoners would be released, and Gandhi agreed to suspend the movement and attend the Second Round Table Conference in London. This showed Gandhi's willingness to negotiate while standing firm on principles. At the Second Round Table Conference in London, Gandhi was the sole representative of the Congress. He demanded complete independence and equality for Indians. However, the conference failed due to divisions among Indian delegates and British unwillingness to make concessions. Though the talks failed, Gandhi returned home with his ideals stronger than ever. The civil disobedience movement left a lasting mark. It spread the message of freedom to villages and towns alike. Ordinary citizens discovered their power. Women emerged as brave participants, and peasants defied taxes fearlessly. It also exposed the cruelty of British rule before the world. Though suspended, it made independence an irreversible demand. Both movements followed nonviolence, but differed in scope. The non-cooperation movement focused on moral and political withdrawal, while the civil disobedience movement emphasized active defiance. Together, they prepared India for the final struggle, leading to independence. In conclusion, Gandhi changed the very meaning of politics from an elite activity to a people's mission. Through moral courage and nonviolence, he united India in its fight for freedom. These movements, non cooperation, and civil disobedience, were not just protests, they were spiritual revolutions that transformed India forever. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed our journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel for more videos.